What is happening, everyone? It's your boy Nick Nielsen back with another episode of Fireside Yankees. And as you can see, I am joined by a very special guest. Many actually consider him Yankee royalty, the diehard of all diehards. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the one and only Mario Gomez. Mario, how are you doing today, my friend?
Man, thank you for the kind words, bro. Happy to be on. Doing amazing. Excited for tonight's game. Gosman against Domingo. Excited for that, bro. Got a big win last night. Doing well, man. Doing well. Got to continue the good ways for our Yanks, man.
Hell yeah. Mario and I actually met last year around, or actually I think it was like last year, or it was like December, January,
Yeah,
something like that. We met at Billy's during the Giants watch party. So I can attest right now, Mario is as good as looking in person as he is on the screen right
yeah.
now. The Prince of the Yankees, baby. Mario, I'm excited to talk to you today, man. We've been trying to get you on for a while, but some of the schedules haven't lined up. But
Yep.
today is the day we have all been waiting for. Some call it the reckoning. So, Mario, first of all, before we kind of dive into some things about you and some experiences you've had with the Yankees, as well as your own podcast that you've been rolling out with the co host, one thing that I wanted to jump right into that we talked about before is the Aaron Judge cheating allegations that are
Oh
now
my God.
surfacing around baseball after last night's Blue Jays announcers on, I believe it was TSN, or whatever their network is,
Whatever it is, we don't gotta
like
give
the
him credit,
the
man. We don't
Toronto
gotta give him
Sports
credit.
Network, whatever the fuck
Yeah,
that is,
yeah.
after they came up and said that Judge is cheating, but they didn't want to like start any allegations, and it was because Judge looked over to his dugout. It would appear. What are your thoughts on that? First of all, just calling the reigning AL MVP a cheater, and second of all, is there any water to hold with this?
Nah, man. I think it's just making a story out of nothing, man. I mean, I guess it's like it gets people to I don't know, hate on the Yankees. Anything to hate on the Yankees. That's just how
Oh
it
yeah,
is, man. Of course, like if you're not a Yankee fan, you hate us. Win, lose, whatever. But I don't know, man. I don't think there's anything there, especially knowing Judge, a guy. We were talking about this before. Like he respects the game. He's the captain of the Yankees. I don't think he would do something like that. Especially, I think Jared Carrabis, even though Yankee fans don't like him, he kind of tweeted out that nobody would do anything along those lines, especially like what happened with Houston. So why would anybody do something like similar to that or whatever? So I don't know what it is with people trying to hate on Judge because maybe a lot of salty Astros fans out there giving it to me on Twitter today, but it is what it is, man. I don't think he cheated, and he said it wouldn't happen again. I think it was maybe the bench just chirping or whatever they said, but yeah, I don't think he cheated.
because I believe he did it right after Boone got ejected, right?
Yep,
So I
yep. Right
think it
after
was
he got
just like
ejected.
him looking over there and like he said it after the game. He spoke with Yes Network in his post game interview, and he stated that he was just telling his teammates to stop chirping. Basically, he's like, "Look, you guys need to calm down. It's a
Yeah.
6-0 game, sure, but the manager just got yossed. Like we got to just relax a little bit. Game's not over yet." And then Jay Jackson, the Blue Jays pitcher, the journeyman pitcher, that came out and said like, "Oh yeah, like it's a bit fishy. Like I don't understand it. Like I'm not gonna say anything, but it was weird that he looked over there and did that stuff." Jay, dude, you threw 6 sliders in a row and hung the sixth one belt high to the guy that just hit 62 home runs. And it wasn't like it was a great slider. I believe it was an 82-mile-an-hour slider down the middle of the plate. Now, look, if Judge is cheating, fine. But I don't think you need to cheat on that pitch if you're Aaron Judge. It's a bad pitch. And he threw 5 of the same pitch before it. And they were all like different locations, and that was the one that missed. So I don't think there's any ground to hold to it. I believe Tom Verducci talked about it on MLB Network today, and I can't get the exact clip and the exact quote, but he basically squashed the whole thing. And like you said, I love how Astros fans are now, once again, as always, making it about themselves. I
Yep.
don't think I've
Of
met a
course,
more
always.
insecure fan base than Astros fans. Those guys, I swear to God, you could go out there and be like, yeah, Aaron Judge just donated $10 million to like underprivileged children to help out. And they'd be like, well, why didn't he donate 11 million? Now Tubi
11.
would have donated
Yeah.
11. It's like,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
here
it's
we
it's
go.
always about them, man. I don't know. It just bothers me that they try to make it about them when it's like, dude, it's Toronto and the Yankees. That's like, we're facing each other. We don't face you guys till what, August, late in the year.
Yeah.
Texas is ahead of them right now, so I guess they're upset that the Rangers are doing well. I don't know what it is, but they always have to make it about them, which is just crazy. But it is what it is, man. Let's just focus on Toronto. We got Gosman tonight. Gotta try to score off him. But yeah. Just
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Gosman's been pretty damn good this year. I know his ERA and FIP aren't what they usually are, aren't up to snuff for Gosman's levels, but he is getting swings and misses like he's never gotten before. I believe he has like
Yeah,
almost a 14K over 9 this season. Gosman, in my opinion, is the Blue Jays' best pitcher, so the
no
Yankees
doubt.
bats are going to have to be on their A game tonight. Last night's punt game didn't really look like a punt game after Willie Calhoun smacked one down Alek Manoah's throat, and from that
Oh,
point
love
on, it
that.
was all Yankees, baby.
Oh my God, that was beautiful, bro. I got a lot of respect for Gosman. I'll leave it at that, man. I think he's, I don't know, maybe top five in the AL. I know there's a lot of good pitchers in the AL, but I think that splitter is definitely a difference maker. And I know a lot of Yankee fans don't like to give love to Toronto, but I got a lot of respect for him. So hopefully we can just, I don't know, work his pitch count up, get him out of there by 5. But yeah, man, yesterday was beautiful. Willie was banging, bro. Willie was banging. So I love to see that.
It's exactly what you want to see. In the words of
Yep.
Joe Girardi, it's what you want.
Yeah.
Not it's not what you want. Like that's all-time Joe quote. INWYW. Gotta love the man. Gotta give him some credit here in the podcast. Now transitioning away from talking about Judge being just a good baseball player, not a cheater. Shocking, I know. Mario, you have a podcast of your own that you started up rather recently. I want to say it was about a month or two ago that you really
Yep.
kicked it off the ground. Go ahead and tell the people a little bit about the Bronx or Nothing and what you kind of do over there and what content you put out.
Yeah, it's just pretty much, we give like our series recaps, things like that. Me and Kevin. It's kind of like two different point of views because I'm always at the stadium pretty much. Actually going to Cincinnati this weekend. Like I
Great
try to
American
go to,
Ballpark, let's
yeah,
go,
yeah.
baby.
I'm excited. I'm excited. So we kind of give like two different point of views. Like me, what's going on at the stadium, what Kevin sees on TV. It's like a little bit different from other podcasts, which I think is pretty cool. So if you guys want to check that out, go give us a listen. Give us some feedback, things like that. But nah, man, I really enjoy it, man. It's something different, but I love the grind about it. It's
Yeah.
exciting.
And everyone loves the vlogs that you put out as well on your YouTube channel, which you also
Yeah,
started somewhat recently. Mario, you're
yeah.
becoming more famous by the day. I'm happy to say that I knew you before you were famous, so this is great. Once you on Yes Network and Michael K is shaking your hand on the broadcast,
Oh
I'll
my
be like, hey,
god.
don't forget about me, Mario. Don't forget
Nah,
about me.
never, man. Just a Yankee fan, bro. Just a diehard Yankee fan. That's it.
So you mentioned like the a kind of perfect transition point there. You said you're the diehard Yankee fan, and earlier I referred to you as the diehard of all diehards because I feel like that's a pretty astute and fair observation for you. How many games have you been to? Would you say at Yankee Stadium, and what are some experiences that you think are kind of up at the top for you that you'll always remember? I know you've met a lot of players, and I know you've gotten to do a lot of cool things at the stadium. So, what would you say are some awesome memories, and how many games do you think ballpark you've gone to the ballpark? See what I did there?
I guess at Yankee Stadium, I want to say probably in the past 3 years. I think I went to like 70 last year, 40 the year prior, and I'm at like 29. So maybe what math is that? I think like
Like 140
140,
games.
140 games, so around there. I mean, there's been some great experiences. I
Damn.
mean, there's been some tough ones, some heartbreaking playoff losses I've seen. I was at ALDS game 4 in 2018 when Gary almost hit it out. That was a tough game, but I was at some good ones. I was at the wild card game in 2017. That was my first wild card game. Like, I think about that as like my Yankee team that I really fell in love with. Like, kind of after A Rod left, Didi was like the next guy for me that I like to watch. I went to 2019, the wild card game in 2019. That was pretty exciting.
Hell yeah, man.
But yeah, man, it was. I've been to some great games, dude. I love the stadium, and yeah, man. I feel like it's a different experience. You're at the stadium every day. You interact with all these fans. It's pretty cool. So I really enjoy it.
And I will say one thing: you met Oswaldo Cabrera. I want to see what was it like a 4 days ago, 5 days ago from Oswaldo, or
Yeah,
however long ago it was. And since then, Oswaldo has been on a little tear of his own. I mean, yesterday he didn't get any hits, but he did work 3 walks, which is huge for Oswaldo because I'm sure you know this. But during the first basically like 3 or 4 weeks of the season, he'll only work
yeah.
like 2 walks. But now it seems like his plate discipline's coming around. He's being more patient at the dish. He's hitting some big hits. So do you take credit for that? Are you giving yourself credit for Oswaldo Cabrera turning it around?
Listen, I'm gonna take a little credit for it. Come on, man. I gotta give myself a little bit of love. But nah, I just kind of told them that like he kind of stopped by for 2 minutes just to say what's up. He was signing for a couple of people, and the first time that I met him, I was like, "Hey, listen, man, you're playing the game that everybody loves. We love you either way. Just go back to just like enjoying the game. Like you don't have to press. the Yankees love you, the fans love you. Obviously, we want to see you produce, but just keep doing your thing. Like we know that he's working, things like that. So as long as he just keeps focused, keeps working hard, the results will come. I mean, I know fans like to base it off, dude. I don't care if he's hitting the ball hard. If it's not a base hit, I don't really care. But I was telling him like, listen, he did it last year. He had some clutch hits for us last year. So I basically just told him like, yeah, man, just keep playing. Enjoy yourself. And he's one of the guys that loves being a Yankee. He appreciates it. Like I know some of the guys when I was there, they didn't sign like Judge Bader. Maybe they had things to do. They wanted to get extra swings, inside the clubhouse or whatever. But as Waldo signed for everybody. Any kid that wanted a ball sign, he went around. Probably like 50 people behind on plate. But listen, that's a while you signing for all
Yeah,
those
that takes a
people, and,
minute
and
to
that's
sign.
cool. Yeah, it does, man. And he does that, so like he really does love being a Yankee, and I appreciate that, man, because it's not easy. It's not easy being in the big leagues, bro.
No, Oswaldo's the man, absolutely. I remember I went to a couple of spring training games this year to do some content for Empire Sports Media, and Bader and Judge did sign and everything, but that's spring training, so it's a completely
Yeah, it's
different vibe.
different, a little
But
different.
Oswaldo was the exact same way. Like a guy, I went to a game, I went to the Yankees versus the Braves at Clearwater, or not Clearwater, wherever the Braves play, I can't remember.
Mm,
Maybe it was Clearwater, but it was like down south from Tampa a little bit. And there's a guy that had a Venezuelan flag there, and it was signed by countless Yankees, countless
that's
Venezuelan
cool.
players as well, like Jose Altuve. I believe Anthony Santander also signed it. And then he had Oswaldo Cabrera, like they were doing like the Pledge of Allegiance, and Oswaldo was like looking over and like pointing at him, like trying to keep his hand on his heart and stuff, like the hat over his
that's
heart. And then like
that's that's
immediately
funny.
after he jogs over and signs the flag. Oswaldo is a great dude, great player as well. We're starting to see him kind of get more comfortable, which is exactly what you want to see as the season progresses. Like, look, if Oswaldo Cabrera finishes the season with a 730 OPS and his defense at all the positions that he plays, which is insane to me still, he's
Yeah,
going to be like a 3 WAR player. Like, we got to realize that Oswaldo having a slow first month of April is not the end of the world in the grand scheme of the long season. And it's the same kind of thing that goes in the inverse, where it's like if players have a hot April and tail off, no one wants to see that. You'd much rather see someone start off slow than get better rather than the opposite. So hopefully Oswaldo's turned a corner as we were talking about,
yep,
and he's just going to be balling. I mean, when Oswaldo plays well, the Yankees are playing well. So that's exactly what you want to see. Um,
definitely, bro.
one thing I also want to ask you, so you met a lot of players. There are a couple of other guys on your list, specifically Josh Donaldson. Kind of diving into that a little bit. What do you expect from Donaldson and his role? What do you think his role will be when he returns eventually here from the IL and is inserted back onto this 26-man roster?
Ah, honestly, I expect him to play maybe like 4 or 5 days a week. I think they're gonna give him a ton of reps up until maybe Augustish maybe. I think he should be back maybe 2 3 weeks. I want to say. They definitely want to maybe DH DJ a little bit more. With the toe last year and give Judge more DH days, especially he's been on the IL already. So nothing, man. I expect hopefully it brings a little bit more power, gives certain guys days off, even Glaber or yeah, man. I mean, even Volpe. You could slide over, put JD at third, and then put Oswaldo at short to give Volpe a day. So I mean, that's what the Yankees like to do. So I'm hoping that he could come back and provide some power. I know he's gonna be playing great defense, so I'm excited about that. But definitely, man. Hopefully he can come back and maybe a little bit of a 2019 Josh Donaldson. I would love that.
Oh yeah, dude. And hopefully when it comes back, you get to meet him as well. I know that's one name on your list you're trying to check off, but I
Yo,
believe it'll happen. We got to manifest that shit, Mario. You got to
for real,
believe,
for real.
believe,
Yes, sir.
achieve. It's like the Michael Bisping or the Luke Rockhold quote. I don't know if you watch UFC, but Luke
Love
Rockhold's like,
USC, bro.
you got
Love
to like
USC.
conceive, achieve, and believe. And then
Yes,
Michael
sir.
Bisping's like, shut the fuck up, samurai. But awesome, Mario. I guess kind of wrapping this up here. What are your like kind of takeaways so far from this point in the season? I know the Yankees had a bit of a rough patch there for a couple of weeks, but in the last week or 2 weeks or so, they've been playing a lot of really quality baseball out there. I believe they're 9-4 in their last 13 games. And it seems like they've kind of turned that corner offensively. So, what are you liking what you're seeing? What things are you wanting to see change a little bit as the season progresses?
Man, I'm liking the offense as of late, man. I feel like everybody's like doing their job. Volpe's getting better, even though I feel like I thought he was striking out a little bit more. And then I was looking at the stats. I'm like, he actually hasn't been that bad. Like, I think like compared to the league or something I was looking at, which is pretty encouraging with him. His defense has been pretty good. Like I like his arm strength. A lot of people were saying that he didn't have the arm to play short, including myself. I was like, dude, I think Glaber's gonna get traded. Just make him a second baseman. But he's been better than advertised at shortstop.
Oh yeah.
Judge coming back was huge. I knew he was going to make an impact against Tampa. People were like, the Yankees weren't great when Judge was there. Like, I know Bader was like the spark. He's been killing it, playing great center field defense. But I mean, dude, we didn't have Judge, and he had a big day. Was it on Saturday against McClanahan? So that was huge for us. And yeah, man, just hopefully the one thing I'm kind of, I mean, not over because he had a good night last night. Well, the eighth was a little bit shaky, but hopefully we can get Severino back because I don't know. I'm not too crazy about starting Johnny Brito. A couple more starts. We got a tough next couple series coming up. After Cincinnati, we got Baltimore, and then we got San Diego. Even though San Diego has been playing great baseball, I would like to see if we can, plug Sevy in. Hopefully, first start there, that'd be good. Hopefully, he's back for Cincinnati. That's what they're saying. But yeah, man, just need to get healthy and just get hot at the right time, man. That's what I'm praying for.
Sounds like the Yankees mantra every year: get healthy and get hot at the right time.
I know,
I
man, and
love
people
this
don't like
team, but
that.
come on.
Yeah, I know, man. We just gotta. If you get hot 2 weeks before the playoffs, man, and everybody's healthy, the way I see it, and I probably repeated myself a million times, but every team in the AL has a crack in their shield. We got to the Rays bullpen. I know we haven't really seen Houston, but they haven't been like, this team where they're sweeping everybody. I know they don't have Altuve, but they've been beat by a couple
Okay.
teams.
So
Yeah,
what?
they've been
Everyone
beat
else in
by a
that
couple
team's
teams.
sucking except for Kyle Tucker and Jordan.
Oh yeah, Kyle Tucker's a stud. But yeah, man,
Yeah,
every team
Kyle
in the
Tucker in New
AL.
York would do miracles on
Oh
me.
my god, I would love that. I would love that. Hopefully they don't pay him, man. That'd be cool to
Yeah,
have him here.
hopefully,
But
hopefully they let him walk.
they're gonna pay him. But yeah, man, every team in the AL we've gotten to, I feel like Toronto. Who else? Boston. I mean, dude, they're hyping up James Paxton. Like, come on.
Yeah, James
So yeah, we
Paxton
should be
banger.
good. Yeah, we should be good, man. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Hell yeah, Mario. Well, I guess kind of final point here. One thing I wanted to ask you before we end this episode is, in my opinion, you are one of the best Twitter accounts to follow, just a great dude overall. How do you manage to stay so positive with the Yankees and the Yankees fan base on Twitter? Because as a guy that runs Fireside Yankees Twitter page, I know it can get pretty toxic up in there sometimes. So how do you stay positive, and what pieces of advice would you want to give out to people listening about trying to remain level-headed and calm, cool, and collected?
Yeah, man. I mean, at the end of the day, sometimes, I mean, I did it myself last night. Like, I got really upset about the judge thing and I just tweeted out, like, what I felt. Sometimes, like, I know it's really hard. You got to take, like, a step back because I was talking to my buddy, DJ MVP Joey. You know who that
Yeah, we're
is.
having
He might
Joey
be.
on this week,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. Oh, cool, cool. So,
Yeah, Joey's coming on,
yeah,
I believe, Friday or Thursday.
dope, dope, man. He's going to be a great listen. So, we kind of talk about, like, taking a step back. A lot of these people on Twitter, maybe they don't like you from Twitter, but they don't know you personally, right? They think like, oh my God, this guy's so negative. Oh my God, this guy's so positive. He just does this thing so people like him or laugh at him. But just like be yourself, do you? If you are, if that's how you really feel about the Yankees, you're pessimistic. You want to be pessimistic, fine, man. But just don't be rude to others. That love the team, that love to go to the stadium, things like that. Because think about it, it was like, I don't know, somebody you cared about that they were telling that to. So I don't know, just try to take a step back before, reread the tweet a couple times. Like when you read it, like, damn, this seems kind of wrong. Maybe I shouldn't send it out. Think about it like that. And these fan bases, other fan bases, they don't like us. So 29 other fan bases are dying for you to tweet something out. And once you tweet something out, they quote tweet it and they try to whatever cancel you or whatever it is on Twitter or get under your skin, say all these rude comments, man. So my biggest advice is I used to take a lot personal from Twitter. Don't, because these people don't know you at all. Just enjoy it, man. It's an app at the end of the day. One day Twitter dies, we're all gonna be all right. I'll see you guys all at the stadium. I'm still gonna be there. But yeah, man, just don't take it too personal. Take a step back and just think before you actually tweet. That's all.
Wow. Words of wisdom from the Prince of Yankees Twitter, Mario Gomez himself. Everyone loves Mario, and I hope everyone watching enjoyed this episode as well. It's always fun chatting with you, my man. You're a great dude, great follow as
Thank you,
well.
man.
Everyone, Mario's Twitter account is going to be linked in the bio, and we'll have it as well in the bio as well on this screen, so you can follow him on there if you don't already. If you're a Yankees fan, you probably already do follow him, But if not, go ahead and slap him with that follow. Mario, appreciate you coming on the show, my man. It's a pleasure having you on. I'm excited for this for the rest of this Blue Jay series. We set the tone yesterday. Hopefully, we can keep it rolling and beat up on these other arms. I'm a little bit worried about Gosman, but if we can hit Gosman, then I think we'll easily win this series, which is awesome to see. Yankees turn the corner. Mario here with the news with myself. Once more, everyone, Nick Nielsen, Fireside Yankees. Appreciate you all listening. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you agree with Mario's take on how Twitter is just an app, go ahead and let us know. If you think Mario is wrong and Twitter is literally injected into your bloodstream, also feel free to comment that. As always, we have content on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We have EmpireSportsMedia.com with all your Yankees articles. I'm pumping out like 4 of those bad boys a day. So if you
Let's
want to
go.
read
Let's
my thoughts,
go.
go read my thoughts, baby.
Let's
But
go.
with that, that's the rest of this episode. Appreciate everyone for listening. Peace. Later. Adios.